Welcome to CSL Boulder Valley. This is the day we usually do an in-person service, and it's a bit frigid outside. So we chose to do a Zoom service instead. And it's going to roughly follow the same format as the in-person service, but it'll be a little bit shorter. We're going to have an opportunity to hang out in a Zoom room after the service. We call it the community connection. And I invite people to stay and hang out with us. One of the pieces is that we're going to be doing a process. I'm not going to be doing a talk per se. We're going to be doing a process where people have an opportunity to share from their hearts and their minds. And at that point, I'll check in with people to see if they're comfortable in continuing the recording. One of the things that's beautiful about this community is that we share powerfully. We share authentically from our hearts and our mind. And if people are comfortable with having the recording going, I'd love to have that be available for other people in the future to see our authenticity and our grace. Having said that, if you're not comfortable with it being recorded, you can say no. And that'll be closer to the end of the service. So, thank you for being here. Welcome to CSL Boulder Valley. We're in Lafayette, Colorado, outskirts of Boulder, about 10 miles east of Boulder. And we're this amazing spiritual community that provides venues for powerful growth. And it's welcoming. All people are welcome here. I'm going to go ahead and pray us in, and I invite you to join me. Whew. Take that big old breath, or that easy breath. Whatever you're called to do in this sacred now moment. As I drop into this space of prayer, I invite you to drop in with me. I notice that there's this place of presence and grace and power inside of me. And I behold each person on this call, each person watching this recording. You too have your flavor of that connection to infinite possibility inside of you. And I'm grateful that we have this thing called affirmative prayer. There's a fancy name we use here. It's called spiritual mind treatment. That's just a fancy name for dropping in and noticing the beauty inside first. As this exquisite space unfolds, I noticed the infinite energy all around as well. We have it deep inside of us and it's all around us. And as these two things coalesce, this outside and inside beauty coalesces. I give great thanks that we have this thing called CSL Boulder Valley. CSL Boulder Valley is an amazing organization, an education organization, a religion, and a place to come together. And I give great thanks for all the people that participate and contribute to CSL Boulder Valley. I bless you and I invite you to move forward inside of your growth and development. And release this prayer into the love and the law. And so it is.
So it is.
Very good. I'm going to start. Actually, I'm going to hand this over to Barbara, and she's going to do a candle ceremony. And then Jim is going to be on platform and do a prayer and a reading. And then we'll start a process that I've designed today.
Good afternoon, everybody. So usually we have light all the candles for each one of the readings, but today I'm going to light one candle in the beginning, and then I'm going to do a few readings. So. Okay, so the readings today about the candle ceremony are for the symbols of rebirth and renewal and new beginnings for this brand new year. So the first one is the phoenix. And after bursting into flames, the phoenix is reborn from its ashes, representing the cycle of rebirth. Another one is butterflies. We all think of the butterflies as they start their life as a caterpillar and they spin their cocoon, and then they undergo a deep transformation. In a couple of weeks, they actually dissolve in the cocoon and are reformed and burst from their cocoon in the form of the beautiful butterfly. This represents complete transformation. Then there is the egg, is a symbol of birth, and when it is fertilized, an animal is born. The egg is associated with birth, rebirth, new life, and in many cultures, it is linked to the resurrection. And even in the pagan cultures, the egg and the animals born from eggs symbolize new life and a positive future. The hummingbird. In Central America, they are seen as a powerful symbol of rebirth. They're often seen as healer spirits. It is believed that hummingbirds are born from flowers and that they come back every spring to thank the flowers for which they are born. This myth makes them a symbol of healing and hope. Another is the tree of life, is a myth and is another myth common to many different cultures and share the meanings of origin, creation, and birth. Symbolizes as trees undergo a hibernation phase during the winter and burst forth with life during the spring. This cycle is the basis of many creation myths and folklore. The trees give birth to cultures, the Greeks, the Celts, and the Norse. And then something we're all familiar with these last few days is the snowflake. The snowflake is a symbol of uniqueness, of purity, rebirth, and transformation. Because snowflakes cover the Earth's surface, but only temporarily, they melt and they are transformed into water. The transformation makes them a symbol of rebirth and new beginnings as they nourish the ground in winter. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.
Jim will have some readings.
Hi, good afternoon. I have one reading today. That's all we're going to have. And I'd like you to take a moment just to put your hand over your heart and feel your heart as I read this. This will help support you in the process that James has coming up. Each of us individually has an effect on the lives of beings around us through the quiet processes going on in our minds. If we're full of good feelings, they radiate around us and people we want to be near. If they are full of bad feelings, others tend to stay away. So if we would be activists for good, for the positive, we must assume responsibility for our minds as well as our speech and our physical activities. Otherwise, our negative mental habits will drag down the entire community of beings. On the other hand, when we break through into the liberty of the heart, mind, and spirit in the process of enlightenment, we free others at the same time. That is from Robert A.F. Thurman, Inner Revolutions of Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Real Happiness. So, in this moment, please take and open your heart wide and breathe in the infinite and let it connect with the infinite within you, creating a bond that strengthens and opens you in ways that allow spirit to flow easily and effortlessly. For we know that God is present all the time, all around us and within us. We are connected through this infinite presence at all times. All we need to do is look and see the actual beauty, the love, and the joy all around us. Today, we at the Spiritual Living Centers for Spiritual Living in Boulder Valley know that our hearts are open, that whatever challenges present themselves flow easily and effortlessly as we walk the path of love. Whatever we do, however we are, we greet each person and ourselves with the Namaste. I know this is true for you, for it is true for me. Therefore, the consciousness that we hold opens the door for miracles. I give great thanks for each one of you bringing your own identifiable love to this process, whatever it looks like. And I'm very thankful for Spirit opening my eyes and allowing me to see the beauty within myself and all around me. I simply hold this in my heart. I let it be, I let it go, and so it is.
So it is. That was profoundly beautiful. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
I'm going to start a screen share and set up some context. Oops, one moment. Use some computer magic here. There we go. Try this again. There it is. Share sound. Okay. So Monday, we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Martin Luther King was this amazing individual, made a profound difference for the people of the United States and the planet. He spoke truth to power regarding the civil rights movement and many other challenging issues. He learned about speaking his truth from Mahatma Gandhi, Howard Thurman, and other world teachers. Today, we honor his courage, commitment to truth, and his willingness to make a difference for people of color. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So this process that we're going to be doing is acknowledging the elephant in the room. And I think everyone knows what that means, but just really quickly, quite often there's something that's really obvious that people aren't acknowledging. And this process that we're going to be doing is the invitation for you to acknowledge whatever elephant is inside your room. Martin Luther King spoke truth to power. And this next portion of the service is modeled after that. In the last practitioner meeting, we spoke about being tired. This is not about anything being wrong. It's just telling the truth. It felt important to create the context today for everyone to speak what was true for them in a public forum. See, it's magic when we speak what's on our heart and mind without trying to shift anything, without trying to fix anything, without anything being wrong. When we just speak our truth, It's extraordinarily powerful. Many of the people here at CSL Boulder Valley have been supporting this organization for decades. Oftentimes, with long-term projects, resignation, cynicism, and just plain being tired can come into play. There's a magic and grace that flows when people speak what is on their heart and mind. And that's what this next piece is about. And Martin Luther King said this: "I've decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear." This is a safe space and a brave space. A brave space is where people are encouraged to speak up and share their perspectives, even if they might be outside the box, uncomfortable, or challenging. I invite people to shift into being a committed listener or listening through presence. When we're inside of our head thinking about what we're going to say next, that's not really listening. When we're present in the moment and we're getting everything that whoever's talking says, that's a powerful gift. And I say it creates this energetic field. Even on Zoom, there's this third space that arises between all of us. When people are listening through presence, it's a powerful gift to the speaker. This forum is an opportunity for people to speak what's on their heart and mind. It's not a venue for crosstalk or looking for answers. This is literally just about speaking and listening to each other powerfully. You have total freedom to participate and play with us or not. It's your choice. Tell the truth about where you're at regarding CSL Boulder Valley. This is not about fixing anything, being wrong, or using force. Oftentimes, a simple act of speaking what's true for us can create an opening or a choice point. Or it could just make us feel better too. So I'd like to keep the recording going for people that might be watching this in the future. See, people at Boulder Valley are extraordinarily authentic. People at Boulder Valley are courageous. And when people have the opportunity to watch other people sharing from their heart and mind, it's a huge gift. And it can crack people open that might have blocks or stops to sharing authentically. So I'm just going to ask, is anyone not okay with keeping the recording going? Raise your hand if you're not okay. John, okay, good.